Possible time travel, myths and realities. Time travel has long been a subject of fascination for scientists, science fiction writers, and the general public alike. But is time travel really possible? The answer is not as straightforward as one may think. According to Einstein's theory of relativity, time dilation occurs when an object moves at high speeds or in the presence of a strong gravitational field. This means that if you were to travel on a spaceship moving at close to the speed of light, time would appear to slow down relative to someone on Earth. However, this type of time travel only allows you to travel forward in time, not backward. The idea of traveling back in time is a bit more complicated. While it is theoretically possible, there are many practical challenges that need to be overcome. One major obstacle is the violation of causality, or the notion that an effect cannot occur before its cause. If time travel were possible, it would mean that events in the past could be changed, potentially leading to paradoxes such as the grandfather paradox. Scientists have proposed several solutions to the grandfather paradox, including the idea that any changes made in the past would result in the creation of a new parallel universe. However, these theories are still largely speculative and require further investigation. Another popular concept in time travel is the notion of wormholes, which are hypothetical shortcuts through space-time. Wormholes would allow for instantaneous travel between 2 points in space-time, effectively allowing someone to travel back in time. However, the energy requirements for creating and maintaining a wormhole are currently beyond our technological capabilities. Despite these challenges, some scientists believe that time travel may one day be possible. In fact, several experiments have already been conducted to test the feasibility of time travel. One of the most famous of these experiments was conducted by physicist Serge Haroche, who successfully demonstrated quantum entanglement, a phenomenon that could be used for time travel. While the idea of time travel remains largely speculative, it continues to capture the imagination of scientists and the general public alike. Whether or not time travel is truly possible remains a mystery, but the pursuit of this elusive concept will undoubtedly continue to inspire scientific inquiry and exploration for generations to come. While the concept of time travel may seem far-fetched, it is not entirely outside the realm of possibility. While we may never know if time travel is truly achievable, its very existence as a theoretical possibility serves as a testament to the limitless potential of human curiosity and imagination. Only time will tell if we are ever able to unlock the secrets of time travel, but until then, we can continue to dream and speculate about what could be. There's something about the word permafrost that just sounds cool. Maybe it's the way it rolls off your tongue, or maybe it's the fact that it conjures up images of a frozen tundra where mammoths roam and glaciers reign supreme. Whatever the reason, permafrost is one of those words that captures the imagination. But what exactly is permafrost? Well, for starters, it's not just any old layer of ice. Permafrost is a layer of frozen ground that stays frozen year-round, hence the name. It can be found all over the world, from Alaska to Siberia, and it plays an important role in everything from climate change to global energy production. So, what lies beneath the surface of permafrost? That's the million-dollar question. Scientists have been studying permafrost for decades, but there's still so much we don't know. Some believe that permafrost could hold the key to unlocking new sources of oil and gas, while others think it could reveal ancient microbes that have been frozen in time for millions of years. One thing's for sure, exploring permafrost is no easy feat. The ground is frozen solid, which means you need some serious equipment to get through it. That's why research teams often use drills and other specialized tools to take core samples of the soil. These samples can then be analyzed back in the lab to learn more about the composition and structure of the permafrost. Of course, there are also some risks involved in exploring permafrost. The ground is unstable, which means it can shift and crack at any moment. This can make drilling and other activities dangerous, especially in remote areas where help may be far away. That's why it's important for researchers to have a healthy respect for the perils of permafrost. But despite the challenges, there's no denying the allure of permafrost. It's a frozen world unlike any other, where ice and rock mingle in an otherworldly landscape. And as we continue to explore this mysterious realm, who knows what we might discover? Maybe we'll find a new source of energy that could power the world for centuries, or maybe we'll uncover new insights into the workings of our planet's climate. Whatever the future holds, one thing is certain: the mysteries of permafrost are waiting to be uncovered. So, if you're feeling adventurous, why not join the scientists and explorers who are delving deep into the icy heart of permafrost? Who knows, you just might discover something incredible. Are securities a safe investment? Are you tired of hearing about how you should invest in securities because they are safe and reliable? Do you feel like everyone is just regurgitating the same old advice without really understanding what they're talking about? Well, I'm here to give it to you straight. Let's answer the question on everyone's mind: are securities a safe investment? First things first, let's define what we mean by securities. In finance lingo, securities refer to any tradable financial asset, such as stocks, bonds, or derivatives. So, when people say that securities are a safe investment, they are generally referring to investing in stocks or bonds. Now, onto the million-dollar question: are securities a safe investment? The short answer is, it depends. Yes, I know, you were hoping for a clear-cut answer, but unfortunately, the world of finance is rarely that straightforward. The safety of your investment in securities depends on several factors, including the type of security you invest in, the company or government entity issuing the security, and the state of the economy at large. Let's start with the type of security you invest in. Stocks, for example, are generally considered riskier than bonds because their value can fluctuate wildly based on market conditions. However, investing in certain types of bonds can also be risky if the issuer defaults on its debt obligations. Next, we have the issuer of the security. Investing in a well-established, financially sound company or government entity is generally considered safer than investing in a new startup or an unstable government. Finally, we have the state of the economy at large. During times of economic recession or uncertainty, all securities may suffer losses. However, investing in securities during these times can also present great opportunities for long-term gains. So, what's the bottom line? Are securities a safe investment? It depends on your individual circumstances and risk tolerance. If you're looking for a low-risk, steady return on your investment, bonds issued by stable entities may be a good choice. If you're willing to take on more risk in exchange for potentially higher returns, stocks may be a better fit. Ultimately, the key to safe investing is diversification. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, as the saying goes. Invest in a variety of securities across different sectors and industries to minimize your overall risk. Investing in securities can be both safe and risky, depending on various factors. The key is to do your research, understand your own risk tolerance, and diversify your portfolio. And remember, there's no such thing as a completely safe investment, but with careful planning and a bit of luck, you can make your money work for you. We all have a morning routine, right? Well, here is mine from the moment I open my eyes to the moment I close them again at night. Thank you for joining me today. I stand before you to share the secret recipe of a fulfilling life. Buckle up, as we embark on a journey that combines style, productivity, and a touch of uniqueness to create a life worth living. The art of waking up, starting the day with flair. Every great day begins with a stellar morning routine. As a man in my early 20s and full of energy, it's essential to wake up with style. Gone are the days of mundane alarms. We opt for energetic tones that jolt us out of bed, ready to conquer the world. Stretching is a must, a moment of appreciation for the day ahead, as we greet the morning sun with enthusiasm. Refreshing and rejuvenating ourselves is crucial. We splash cold water on our faces, awakening the senses and preparing for the day's challenges. The application of a refreshing face mist or moisturizer adds a touch of luxury to our morning rituals. Even though I live with my mom, I still like to feel fancy. A quick brush of the teeth with a cool minty toothpaste ensures we start the day with a dazzling smile. And oh, let's not forget the effortless hairstyling that gives us our distinctive look. Sorry if you're bald. Of course, fueling up for the day is paramount. We prepare a hearty and nutritious breakfast, no skipping meals for us. Whether it's avocado toast, a protein-packed smoothie bowl, or a gourmet omelet, we savor every bite. And what's breakfast without a cup of specialty coffee or energizing green tea? We sip our morning elixir, appreciating the subtle flavors that fuel our minds and bodies. But here's the twist, my friends. We engage in an unusual activity during our morning routine. We spend a few minutes practicing freestyle rapping. Not only does it boost our creativity, but it also allows us to start the day with a unique groove. Mastering productivity, tackling tasks with finesse. We know how to be productive while maintaining a laid-back attitude. We dive into important tasks, armed with a prioritized to-do list. With a laser-like focus, we tackle projects head-on, aiming for success. But it's not all work and no play. We incorporate short breaks to refresh our minds and stretch our bodies, ensuring we maintain peak productivity levels. Staying organized and motivated is key to our success. We make use of productivity tools and apps that help us track our progress. By utilizing technology to our advantage, we strike a balance between efficiency and style. Connection is also vital. We engage in meaningful conversations with colleagues and friends, sharing ideas, collaborating on exciting projects, and sparking innovative solutions. The art of chill, finding balance and pursuing passions. After a productive morning, it's time to kick back and embrace the art of chill. We know the importance of taking time for oneself. We savor a delicious and healthy lunch, exploring new recipes or trying out trendy restaurants. We mindfully enjoy the flavors, nourishing our bodies while maintaining a sense of culinary adventure. But it doesn't end there. We have passions and hobbies that ignite their souls. We spend time practicing musical instruments, writing poetry, or engaging in physical activities like skateboarding or hiking. These pursuits help us stay connected to our true selves and unleash our creativity. And as humans, we even have an unusual activity during our chill time. We learn and practice magic tricks, honing our skills to bring a touch of mystery and wonder to the world. Embracing socializing, where the coolness unites. We know the importance of human connection. We gather with friends at cool spots, a local cafe, or rooftop bar, to engage in lively conversations, sharing stories and laughter. We explore new experiences, attending concerts, art exhibitions, or poetry slams. We embrace the creative energy, meet interesting people, and expand our horizons. But here's the human twist, organizing quirky events. We go beyond the ordinary, hosting game nights or karaoke competitions, inviting our friends to let loose and have fun. It's all about creating unique memories and forging bonds that will last a lifetime. The art of wind down, nurturing the soul. As the day winds down, we know how to nurture our souls. We indulge in a relaxing bubble bath or refreshing shower, washing away the day's stress. Dimming the lights and creating a cozy ambience sets the stage for relaxation. We unplug from technology, allowing ourselves to escape into captivating books or calming music. Mindfulness or meditation practices bring mental clarity and help us unwind. Reflection is a powerful tool. We write in journals, expressing our thoughts, acknowledging our gratitude, and gaining perspective. Setting intentions for the next day, we envision success and reaffirm our commitment to living our best lives. Bedtime, embracing rest and rejuvenation. As the night unfolds, a human knows the value of rest. We slip into comfortable pajamas or loungewear, wrapping ourselves in a cocoon of coziness. Nestling under soft sheets and fluffy pillows, we allow ourselves to drift into dreamland, knowing that tomorrow is another opportunity to shine. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have unraveled the secrets of my routine. By embracing style, productivity, and a touch of uniqueness, we can live life to the fullest. So, let's wake up with flair, conquer the day with finesse, find balance in our pursuits, unite with our fellow humans, nurture our souls, and embrace rest. Remember, you too can become the human or cadet you've always aspired to be, living life with passion, style, and that extra touch of uniqueness. Thank you. It's the stuff of nightmares, a zombie apocalypse. That's right, the dead have risen, and they're hungry for brains, and other body parts. But don't worry, dear readers, because we've got you covered with our beginner's guide on how to survive this gruesome scenario. First things first, you need to be prepared. This means having a plan in place before the zombies start knocking at your door. Make sure you have a stockpile of food, water, and medical supplies. You'll also want to have weapons on hand, like guns, knives, or bats. Just make sure you know how to use them. But it's not just about the physical necessities. You also need to be mentally prepared. Don't let fear get the best of you, and stay calm in the face of danger. Remember that zombies are slow-moving creatures, so you can outrun them if needed. And don't forget to stay alert at all times. You never know when a zombie might sneak up on you. Next up, you need to find a safe place to hunker down. This could be your home, a friend's house, or even a public building like a library or hospital. Just be prepared to defend yourself if needed. Once you've found your safe space, fortify it as much as possible. Board up any windows and doors, and create barriers using furniture or other heavy objects. Next, communication. In a zombie apocalypse, it's important to stay connected with others. This could mean using walkie-talkies or radios to communicate with other survivors, or even leaving messages for each other in designated areas. Just make sure you're not giving away too much information about your location or resources. And speaking of resources, you'll need to scavenge for supplies at some point. This means venturing out into the world of the undead. When doing so, make sure you have a buddy with you, safety in numbers, and always be on the lookout for any potential dangers. Don't let your guard down, even for a moment. Long-term survival is also important. Depending on the severity of the zombie outbreak, it could be weeks, months, or even years before things return to some semblance of normalcy. This means you'll need to think about sustainability. Start growing your own food, if possible, and find ways to generate power or purify water. It's all about being self-sufficient. So there you have it, folks, your beginner's guide to surviving a zombie apocalypse. Remember, preparation is key. Stay calm and alert, find a safe space, communicate with others, scavenge for supplies, and think long-term. With these tips in mind, you'll increase your chances of making it out alive. Good luck! I'm glad you're interested in learning about why cats purr, and there's no better way to do that than by reading a news article that puts it all together. So let's dive right in. Have you ever noticed your furry feline friend gently vibrating as they cuddle up on your lap? If so, you've witnessed one of the most endearing and mysterious behaviors in the animal kingdom, purring. Despite being one of the most common sounds in the feline world, the exact reason behind why cats purr has long been a mystery. But recent research has shed some light on this enigmatic behavior, revealing that there may be more to it than we once thought. According to a study published in the journal Current Biology, cats may use their purring not only to express contentment, but also to self-soothe during times of stress or pain. The act of purring triggers the release of endorphins, the body's natural pain relievers, which can help kitties cope with discomfort. But that's not all. The same study found that cats may also use their purring to communicate with humans. Researchers observed that when cats were purring at a frequency between 25 and 150 Hz Hz, it coincided with the frequency range that is known to have therapeutic effects on the human body. This suggests that cats may be purposely using their purring to comfort their human companions. So there you have it, cats purr for a multitude of reasons, from expressing happiness to dealing with pain and distress. And while we may never be able to completely unravel the mystery behind our feline friends' soothing sounds, the more we learn about them, the better we can understand and appreciate these beloved creatures. In fact, many pet owners report that the sound of their cats purring has a calming effect on them as well. It's no wonder that cats have been dubbed therapy animals by some, as their presence can have a positive impact on our mental and physical well-being. Take a moment to appreciate the next purring kitty you encounter. They may just be doing more for you than you think. And the next time someone asks you why cats purr, you'll be able to confidently share your newfound knowledge with them. Hey there, friend. Are you ready to rock? Today, we're going to talk about an instrument that's been around for centuries, the guitar. You may have seen it played by your favorite musicians or strummed in the background of your favorite songs, but have you ever thought about learning how to play it yourself? Well, I'm here to tell you that it's not as hard as you might think. First things first, let's address the elephant in the room. Can you really master the guitar in just 30 days? The short answer is no, not exactly. Mastery takes time and practice. However, that doesn't mean you can't make significant progress in just a month. The key is consistency. Set aside some time each day to practice, even if it's just for 15 minutes. Make sure you're practicing the right techniques and exercises, and don't be afraid to push yourself a little outside of your comfort zone. Remember, practice doesn't make perfect, but it does make progress. Another important aspect of learning the guitar is finding the right resources. There are tons of instructional videos and online courses out there, but not all of them are created equal. Look for ones that are geared towards beginners, and make sure they cover the basics like chords, finger placement, and strumming patterns. Of course, you can also take lessons from a professional instructor. This can be a great way to get personalized feedback on your playing and tailor your lessons to your specific needs. Plus, it's always nice to have someone to hold you accountable and motivate you when you're feeling discouraged. Now, let's talk about the fun stuff, playing actual songs. When you're first starting out, it's important to choose songs that are appropriate for your skill level. Don't try to tackle Stairway to Heaven on day one. Start with something simple like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star or Happy Birthday. As you progress, you can start learning more complex songs that challenge you and keep you interested. But what if you're not into the classics? Fear not, my friend. There are plenty of modern songs that are easy to play on the guitar, even if you're a beginner. Just browse around on YouTube or Spotify and find something that speaks to you. One thing I love about the guitar is how versatile it is. You can play pretty much any genre of music on it, from pop to rock to country to classical. Don't be afraid to experiment and try new things. Who knows, you may discover a new love for jazz or flamenco. Finally, let's talk about the benefits of playing the guitar, besides impressing your friends and family at parties. Studies have shown that playing an instrument can improve cognitive function, reduce stress, and increase creativity. Plus, it's just plain fun. So go ahead, give it a try. I promise you won't regret it. Learning the guitar is a journey, not a destination. It takes time, patience, and practice. But with the right resources and mindset, anyone can become a guitar player. So grab your instrument, tune up, and get strumming. Who knows, maybe one day you'll be the one inspiring others to pick up the guitar. Waterfalls are one of the most awe-inspiring and calming natural wonders that we can experience. They're beautiful to look at, but they also have a sound that is incredibly relaxing. It's no surprise that people often use recordings of waterfalls to create a peaceful environment for meditation or to help them fall asleep. But what is it about the sound of a waterfall that makes it so soothing? The answer lies in the science of sound and how our brains process it. Sound is created by vibrations that travel through the air and into our ears. These vibrations are then turned into electrical signals that our brain interprets as sound. Different types of sounds are processed in different parts of the brain. When we hear the sound of a waterfall, it activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for our rest and digest response. This is why we feel relaxed when we listen to the sound of falling water. It's not just the sound itself that creates this response, though. The sight of the waterfall, the cool mist in the air, and the negative ions that are produced all contribute to the calming effect. Negative ions are created when moving water breaks apart molecules in the air, creating negatively charged ions. These ions have been shown to have a positive effect on our mood and well-being. They can help to reduce stress, improve sleep quality, and boost energy levels. Waterfalls also provide a unique listening experience because of the way the sound travels. The sound of a waterfall is created by the water hitting rocks and other objects on its way down. This creates a complex pattern of sound waves that our brain finds interesting and pleasing to listen to. Additionally, the sound of a waterfall is often surrounded by silence, making it stand out even more. Finally, there is something about the sound of a waterfall that is simply timeless. Humans have been drawn to the sound of falling water for thousands of years. It's a sound that has been used in music, art, and literature for centuries. As our lives become increasingly busy and stressful, it's no wonder that we find comfort in the simple beauty of a waterfall. The sound of a waterfall is relaxing because it activates our parasympathetic nervous system, provides a unique listening experience, and creates negative ions that have a positive effect on our mood and well-being. Waterfalls are not only beautiful to look at but also offer a natural way to reduce stress and improve our overall health. So next time you hear the sound of falling water, take a moment to appreciate its calming effect on your mind and body. It's mid-afternoon and you're feeling that familiar slump. Your energy levels are lower than usual, you're having trouble concentrating, and all you can think about is a nap. What do you reach for to perk yourself up? For many of us, the answer is coffee. But is it okay to drink coffee in the afternoon? And are there any benefits to doing so? As it turns out, drinking coffee in the afternoon may actually have some surprising benefits. Here are just a few. Increased alertness and productivity. One of the most well-known benefits of coffee is its ability to increase alertness and productivity. This is due to the caffeine found in coffee, which stimulates the central nervous system and helps us stay awake and focused. While this effect is most pronounced in the morning, when our cortisol levels are naturally highest, it can also be helpful in the afternoon when we might be experiencing a natural dip in energy. Improved mood. Another benefit of coffee is its ability to improve mood. This is also due to caffeine, which has been shown to increase the production of certain neurotransmitters that are associated with positive feelings. In addition, the ritual of making and drinking coffee can be comforting and soothing, which can also contribute to an improved mood. Better athletic performance. Believe it or not, drinking coffee in the afternoon may actually help you perform better during exercise. This is because caffeine has been shown to increase endurance and reduce perceived exertion, allowing athletes to work out for longer periods of time without feeling as tired. Reduced risk of certain diseases. There is some evidence to suggest that drinking coffee on a regular basis may be associated with a reduced risk of certain diseases, including Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's disease, and liver cancer. While the exact reasons for this are still unclear, some researchers believe that it may have to do with the antioxidants and other protective compounds found in coffee. Social benefits. Finally, drinking coffee in the afternoon can have social benefits as well. Meeting up with friends or colleagues for a cup of coffee can be a great way to connect and build relationships, and the act of sharing a warm beverage can create a sense of comfort and camaraderie. Of course, it's important to keep in mind that there are also some potential downsides to drinking coffee in the afternoon. For example, consuming too much caffeine can disrupt sleep patterns and lead to insomnia, which can ultimately have negative effects on both physical and mental health. Additionally, some people may experience negative side effects such as jitters, anxiety, or gastrointestinal discomfort. So, is it okay to drink coffee in the afternoon? The answer is, it depends. For many people, having a cup of coffee in the afternoon is perfectly fine and may even offer some surprising benefits. However, it's important to pay attention to your own body's response to caffeine and to make sure that you're not overdoing it. As with anything, moderation is key. If you're feeling that mid-afternoon slump and are wondering whether a cup of coffee might help, go ahead and give it a try. Just remember to listen to your body and to enjoy your coffee in moderation. And who knows? You may just discover some surprising benefits along the way. Have you ever been to a party that had a bouncy castle? If not, you're missing out on one of the most fun party essentials around. Now, I know what you're thinking. A bouncy castle sounds like something only little kids would enjoy. But trust me, they're a blast for people of all ages. First of all, let's talk about the obvious, bouncing. There's just something so satisfying about jumping up and down in a giant inflatable castle. It's like being a kid again, but with the added bonus of not having to worry about your parents telling you to calm down. But it's not just about bouncing. Bouncy castles are also great for just lounging around in. You can relax on the soft, bouncy surface and soak up some sun while chatting with your friends. And let's not forget about the games you can play on a bouncy castle. You can have races, play tag, or even try to see who can do the best flip. It's the perfect way to burn off some energy and have fun at the same time. But what about safety, you ask? I'm glad you brought that up. Most bouncy castles these days come equipped with safety features like netting and padded walls. And if you're still worried, you can always hire a professional to supervise the bouncy castle and make sure everyone is playing safely. Of course, there are some downsides to having a bouncy castle at your party. For one thing, they can take up a lot of space. You'll need a decent-sized backyard or indoor area to set one up. And they can be expensive to rent, depending on where you live. But in my opinion, the pros far outweigh the cons. Bouncy castles are just so much fun. Plus, think about how impressed your guests will be when they arrive at your party and see a giant inflatable castle waiting for them. So, is the bouncy castle the ultimate party essential? I think so. If you're looking to take your party to the next level and give your guests an experience they'll never forget, definitely consider renting a bouncy castle. Just be prepared for all the kids, and adults, to be begging you to have another party with a bouncy castle soon. Have you ever wanted to impress your guests with a delicious dessert that looks and tastes like it came straight from an Italian bakery? Look no further than tiramisu. This classic Italian dessert is surprisingly easy to make from scratch, and will definitely have your taste buds singing. First things first, let's talk ingredients. For this recipe, you'll need 6 egg yolks, 3/4 cup white sugar, 2/3 cup milk, 1 1/4 cups heavy cream, 1/2 teaspoon vanilla extract, 1 pound mascarpone cheese, 1/4 cup strong brewed coffee, cooled, 2 tablespoons rum, and 24 ladyfingers. Alright, let's get started. The first step is to beat the egg yolks and sugar together in a mixing bowl until light and creamy. Then, add in the milk and mix until well combined. Next, transfer the mixture to a saucepan and cook over low heat for about 10 minutes, stirring constantly until it thickens into a custard-like consistency. Let it cool to room temperature. While the custard mixture is cooling, whip the heavy cream in a separate bowl until soft peaks form. Add in the vanilla extract and continue whipping until stiff peaks form. In another bowl, beat the mascarpone cheese until smooth. Then, fold the whipped cream into the mascarpone cheese until well combined. In a shallow dish, combine the cooled coffee and rum. Dip each ladyfinger into the mixture for a few seconds, making sure not to soak them completely. Arrange the ladyfingers in a single layer in the bottom of an 8 by 8 inch baking dish. Spread half of the mascarpone mixture over the ladyfingers. Repeat the layers with the remaining ladyfingers and mascarpone mixture. Cover the tiramisu with plastic wrap and refrigerate for at least 30 minutes before serving. If you can resist the temptation to dive in immediately, that is. And there you have it, friend. A delicious homemade tiramisu that's sure to impress your guests. This recipe is perfect for a dinner party or special occasion, but honestly, who needs a reason to indulge in some sweet goodness? Give it a try and let me know how it turns out. Hey there, friend! Have you ever seen a sparkle storm before? It's an incredible sight to behold. But have you ever asked yourself, why do sparkle storms happen? First, let me explain what a sparkle storm is. It's just like a regular storm, but instead of rain and thunder, it's full of sparkling lights and colors that light up the sky. Sparkle storms usually happen at night and are caused by a combination of factors. One factor is the amount of moisture in the air. When the air is humid, it's more likely to create sparkles as the light reflects and refracts through tiny water droplets. Another factor is the temperature. Cold temperatures can create a static charge in the air which can cause individual particles to become charged and thus results in a spark. But the most important factor in creating a sparkle storm is electricity. Without electricity, there would be no sparkles. When lightning strikes during a thunderstorm, it creates an electrical charge in the air. This charge can then interact with other nearby charges, causing more sparks and creating the beautiful display we call a sparkle storm. Now, I know what you're thinking. What about those times when there isn't any lightning or thunder around, and yet we still see sparkle storms? Well, my friend, that's where things get interesting. Sometimes, sparkle storms can happen completely on their own, with no apparent explanation. Scientists are still trying to figure out exactly why this happens, but some think it could be related to solar activity or even cosmic rays from outer space. So there you have it, the answer to the question, why do sparkle storms happen? It's all about humidity, temperature, and electricity. And sometimes, it's just a mystery of nature. Next time you see a sparkle storm, take a moment to appreciate the beauty and wonder of our natural world. And who knows, maybe one day you'll be the one to solve the mystery of why they happen. The topic of UFOs, or unidentified flying objects, has long captivated the imagination of individuals around the world. The possibility that these mysterious aerial phenomena could be evidence of extraterrestrial visitors has sparked debates, speculation, and fervent beliefs among people. While some argue that there is enough evidence to support the existence of alien visitors, others maintain that further substantiation is necessary before making such claims. This article delves into the ongoing discourse surrounding UFOs and highlights the importance of empirical proof in accepting extraordinary claims. The nature of belief and scientific inquiry. Belief, whether based on faith or evidence, plays a crucial role in shaping individual perspectives. Scientists, renowned for their empirical approach, are known to embrace new theories and models based on rigorous observations. However, when it comes to UFOs, the lack of comprehensive and verifiable information makes it challenging to subject these phenomena to scientific scrutiny. Without tangible evidence, such as extraterrestrial crafts or live extraterrestrial beings available for study, it remains difficult to conclusively establish their origin. The power of empirical observations. The history of science is replete with paradigm-shifting discoveries that initially met with skepticism and disbelief. Concepts like relativity and quantum mechanics, which challenged our understanding of the universe, were initially met with resistance. However, over time, a vast body of experimental evidence and real-world applications emerged, affirming the validity of these theories. In the case of UFOs, the limited data and secrecy surrounding their study hinder comprehensive scientific investigation. Without access to physical evidence or the ability to study alleged extraterrestrial beings, it is premature to conclude their extraterrestrial origins solely based on anecdotal accounts. The role of faith and confirmation bias. In the realm of UFOs, it is important to distinguish between faith-based beliefs and fact-based beliefs. While anecdotal evidence and testimonies exist, accepting the notion of alien visitors requires a certain degree of faith. Individuals who hold such beliefs should be aware of the faith component involved and acknowledge that it does not constitute definitive proof. This does not diminish the personal significance of these accounts but rather emphasizes the need for critical analysis and further verification before embracing them as proven facts. Societal implications and public interest. The potential existence of extraterrestrial life and its visitation to Earth would undoubtedly have profound implications for our society. While some argue that the majority of people are too preoccupied with their own lives to care about such matters, others contend that a monumental announcement of alien visitation would capture widespread attention. The revelation of concrete evidence or a public encounter with an extraterrestrial being could spark widespread interest, prompting individuals to reassess their beliefs and prioritize the topic. The need for verifiable proof. In order to truly validate claims of alien visitors, it is essential to seek irrefutable evidence. While individual accounts and circumstantial evidence may be compelling, they do not provide the conclusive proof necessary to substantiate extraordinary claims. The scientific community, as well as society as a whole, requires empirical data that can withstand rigorous scrutiny. Only through comprehensive scientific investigation, the acquisition of physical evidence, and verifiable encounters can we approach the level of certainty required to establish the existence of alien visitors. The question of whether UFOs are evidence of alien visitors remains a topic of passionate debate. While anecdotal evidence and testimonies exist, it is important to maintain a scientific and skeptical mindset. The absence of tangible, replicable evidence hinders scientific investigation and leaves room for doubt. Belief in the existence of alien visitors requires a certain degree of faith, as empirical proof is currently lacking. As the search for truth continues, it is essential to approach the topic with critical thinking, demanding evidence that can withstand scrutiny. Only through the accumulation of concrete, verifiable proof can we move closer to answering the question definitively: are UFOs evidence of extraterrestrial life visiting Earth? Hey there! Have you heard the latest news from NASA? Brace yourself because it's super exciting. NASA just announced that they are on the verge of discovering life on other planets. Can you believe it? We might not be alone in this vast universe after all. Now, I know this might sound like something out of a sci-fi movie, but NASA is dead serious about it. They have been tirelessly exploring space, sending probes and telescopes to search for signs of life beyond Earth. And guess what? They might just be onto something big. For years, scientists have been fascinated by the possibility of extraterrestrial life. Are there other planets out there where living organisms exist? Could there be aliens roaming around in far-off galaxies? These questions have kept our imaginations running wild, and now NASA might have some answers for us. But how exactly are they planning to make this groundbreaking discovery? Well, NASA has been using a combination of advanced technology, space missions, and years of scientific research to gather evidence. They've been studying the atmospheres of distant planets, looking for chemical signatures that could indicate the presence of life. One of the key factors they are focusing on is the presence of certain gases, like oxygen and methane. On Earth, these gases are closely associated with life, so scientists believe that if they find similar patterns on other planets, it could be a strong indication of living organisms. But let's not get ahead of ourselves just yet. While NASA is optimistic about the potential discovery, they also emphasize the importance of thorough investigation and verification. They want to make sure they have all the facts straight before making any grand claims. So, why is this discovery such a big deal? Well, think about it. If we find life on another planet, it would revolutionize our understanding of the universe. It would show us that the conditions necessary for life are not unique to Earth, opening up endless possibilities. We could learn so much about the origins of life, the potential for habitable environments, and even the existence of intelligent beings. Imagine the implications for space exploration. Finding life elsewhere would give us a sense of direction and purpose. It would drive us to explore and understand other worlds, searching for clues about our place in the cosmos. Who knows, we might even make contact with other civilizations someday. Now, it's important to remember that discovering life on other planets is a complex and challenging task. It requires patience, meticulous research, and a lot of scientific collaboration. But NASA is up to the challenge, and they have the brightest minds working on this mind-boggling mission. So, my friend, keep an eye on the news because the next big revelation might be just around the corner. NASA's efforts to find life on other planets are incredibly exciting, and they could reshape our understanding of the universe and our place within it. In the meantime, let's allow our imaginations to soar. Let's dream about the possibilities of otherworldly life, of beings we might one day encounter. After all, the universe is a vast and mysterious place, and who knows what wonders await us out there. Stay tuned for more updates from NASA. The search for extraterrestrial life is heating up, and it's a journey we can all be a part of, even if it's from the comfort of our own planet. Hey there, fellow finance enthusiasts. Are you ready to learn about the mysterious world of options trading? Well then, buckle up because we're about to dive into it. First off, let's get one thing straight. Options are not just for the big boys on Wall Street. Anyone can get started with options trading, and it's actually a lot simpler than you might think. So, what exactly is an option? Well, in simple terms, an option is a contract that gives the buyer the right, but not the obligation, to buy or sell an underlying asset, like stocks, commodities, or currencies, at a specific price within a certain time frame. Now, I know that may sound a bit confusing, but trust me, it's not as complicated as it seems. Think of it like this: let's say you see a really cool bike at the store, but you don't have enough money to buy it right now. You could make a deal with the store owner where you pay them a small fee, the option premium, for the right to buy the bike within the next month at a set price. If the price of the bike goes up during that month, you'll still be able to buy it at the lower price you agreed upon. But if the price goes down and you decide you no longer want the bike, you can simply walk away from the deal. That's basically how options work in a nutshell. Of course, there are different types of options, such as call options and put options, and various strategies you can use, but we'll save those for another day. One thing to keep in mind with options trading is that there is always risk involved. Just like with any investment, you could potentially lose money. That being said, if you do your research, understand the risks, and develop a solid trading plan, options trading can be a great way to supplement your income and grow your portfolio. So, there you have it, folks. A brief introduction to how options work. If you're interested in learning more, I suggest doing some further research and maybe even trying out a practice account before jumping in with real money. Remember, the world of finance doesn't have to be intimidating or exclusive. Anyone can learn and succeed with the right mindset and approach. So get out there, do your thing, and happy trading. If you like what you hear, subscribe and like this video to see more like it. I got some great stories coming up. Today, I want to talk to you about something that has always fascinated me, the ocean. Have you ever wondered how deep it really is? Well, get ready to dive into the depths of Earth's final frontier with me. First off, did you know that the average depth of the ocean is around 12,080 feet? That's more than 2 miles deep. And if you think that's impressive, wait until you hear about the Mariana Trench, the deepest part of the ocean. It's a whopping 36,070 feet deep. To put that into perspective, that's like stacking 6 Empire State Buildings on top of each other. But why is the ocean so deep in the first place? Well, it all comes down to plate tectonics, the constant movement of the Earth's crust. As plates move apart from each other, magma rises up and new crust is formed. This process also creates deep trenches where the plates collide and are forced under each other, creating some of the deepest parts of the ocean. So what kind of creatures live in the deep sea? Well, you might be surprised to learn that there's actually a lot of life down there. From giant squid to bioluminescent fish, the deep sea is teeming with unique and fascinating organisms. And many of these creatures have adapted to survive in extreme conditions, like complete darkness and crushing pressure. But exploring the deep sea isn't easy. In fact, we still have a lot to learn about this mysterious and largely unexplored part of our planet. That's why scientists are constantly developing new technologies and techniques to study the ocean floor. From remotely operated vehicles to deep-sea submarines, we're finding new and exciting ways to uncover the secrets of the deep. If you're anything like me, you might find the ocean to be a bit intimidating. But don't let that stop you from learning more about this amazing part of our planet. There's always something new and exciting to discover, whether it's a new species of fish or a previously undiscovered underwater volcano. So the next time you're at the beach, take a moment to appreciate the vast and mysterious ocean that stretches out before you. Who knows, maybe one day you'll be the one at the forefront of deep-sea exploration. I hope you enjoyed learning a bit more about the ocean with me today. Until next time, keep on exploring. As I sit here sipping on my carrot smoothie, I can't help but wonder what makes it so darn delicious. Is it the sweet and savory taste of the carrots? Or maybe it's the refreshing coldness that cools me down on a hot summer day? I may never know for sure, but one thing is certain, this smoothie is the perfect way to get in those daily veggies. Now, some of you may be thinking, carrots in a smoothie? That sounds gross. But hear me out, my friends. Carrots are actually the perfect addition to any smoothie. They add a natural sweetness without all the added sugar, plus they're loaded with vitamins and minerals like beta-carotene, vitamin K, and potassium. So, what's the secret to a delicious carrot smoothie? Well, let me share a few tips that have worked wonders for me. Use fresh carrots. This may seem obvious, but using fresh, crisp carrots will give your smoothie a much better flavor than canned or frozen ones. Add some spice. Adding a pinch of cinnamon or ginger can really enhance the flavor of your smoothie and make it feel more like a treat. Don't forget the liquid. While carrots do contain some water, you'll still need to add some liquid to get the right consistency. Coconut water, almond milk, or even just plain old H2O will do the trick. Get creative. Don't be afraid to experiment with different ingredients in your carrot smoothie. Try adding some frozen berries, a scoop of protein powder, or even a handful of spinach for an extra boost of nutrients. Now, I know what you're thinking, this all sounds great, but does it actually taste good? Well, let me tell you, it does. In fact, I asked a few of my friends to try out my carrot smoothie recipe, and they were all pleasantly surprised at how delicious it was. So, what are you waiting for? Grab some fresh carrots, your favorite liquid, and get blending. Trust me, once you try a carrot smoothie, you'll never go back to plain old orange juice again. If you made it here, thanks for listening. Your English is getting better. Keep up the good work. Like and subscribe to get more and even better stories. The world was a different place now. The streets were empty, and the once bustling cities had become ghost towns. The sound of silence filled the air, as people huddled in their homes, waiting for the storm to pass. I sat alone in my small apartment, staring out the window at the desolate wasteland that lay before me. The world had changed, and it would never be the same again. I had seen it coming. I had warned people about the dangers of living beyond their means, but nobody listened. They had continued to spend money they didn't have, buying things they didn't need, and now they were paying the price. The economy had collapsed, and with it, so had people's lives. Jobs were scarce, and those lucky enough to find work were making pennies on the dollar. The cost of living had skyrocketed, and people were struggling just to put food on the table. But amidst the chaos and despair, there was still hope. There were still ways to survive and thrive, even in the midst of the worst depression the world had ever seen. I knew this because I had prepared. I had saved my money, invested wisely, and built up a network of like-minded individuals who were also ready for whatever the future held. I had learned from the mistakes of others, and I had taken action to ensure that I wouldn't fall victim to the same fate. As I sat there, watching the world slowly crumble around me, I thought back to the lessons I had learned along the way. Lesson number 1, live within your means. Living within your means is the foundation of financial stability. It means spending less than you make and avoiding debt whenever possible. During the good times, it can be easy to get caught up in the excitement of spending, but when the tide turns, it can quickly become a nightmare. By living within your means, you'll be able to weather the storm and come out on the other side with your head held high. Lesson number 2, invest wisely. Investing wisely means taking a long-term approach to building wealth. It means avoiding get-rich-quick schemes and focusing on steady, consistent growth. The stock market can be a great way to build wealth over time, but it's important to be patient and avoid making rash decisions based on short-term fluctuations. By investing wisely, you'll be able to build a solid financial foundation that will help you weather any storm. Lesson number 3, build a network. Building a network of like-minded individuals is crucial to surviving in tough times. It means surrounding yourself with people who share your values, and who are also committed to preparing for whatever the future holds. By building a network, you'll have access to resources and support that you wouldn't otherwise have. You'll be able to share ideas and strategies, and you'll be better equipped to deal with whatever challenges come your way. As I sat there, watching the world slowly crumble around me, I knew that I had done everything I could to prepare. I had lived within my means, invested wisely, and built a network of like-minded individuals. And while the road ahead would be difficult, I was ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. The world may have changed, but my resolve remained unbroken. I was ready to do whatever it took to survive and thrive in the next Great Depression. Thanks for listening. If you made it this far, then know your English is getting better and that you're amazing. Like and subscribe if you want more. As cat owners, we know that litter boxes can be a hassle to maintain. Not to mention, they take up valuable space in our homes. So what if we told you that there's a way to train your cat to use the toilet just like a human? It may sound too good to be true, but it's possible with some patience and persistence. The first step to training your cat to use the toilet is to make sure they're comfortable with the bathroom environment. Start by placing their litter box near the toilet so they can associate the two spaces together. Once they feel comfortable using the litter box next to the toilet, start gradually elevating the litter box until it's level with the toilet seat. Next, purchase a special training seat that fits over the toilet bowl and features a small hole in the center for your cat to use. Place the training seat on top of the toilet and fill it with a small amount of litter. Encourage your cat to use the new space by gradually reducing the amount of litter in their old litter box. Be sure to praise your cat each time they successfully use the toilet. Positive reinforcement is key to ensuring they continue using the toilet instead of reverting back to their old habits. It's important to note that not all cats will be successful with toilet training. Some may prefer using a litter box or simply refuse to cooperate. In these cases, it's best to respect your cat's preferences and stick with traditional litter box methods. Another thing to consider is the potential messes that come with toilet training. Accidents will happen during the training process, so it's important to keep cleaning supplies handy and be patient with your furry friend. Overall, toilet training your cat is possible with the right mindset and approach. While it may take some time and effort, the benefits of having a cat that uses the toilet are worth it. Imagine never having to scoop litter again or worrying about your cat tracking litter all over the house. Toilet training your cat is a process that requires patience, persistence, and positive reinforcement. While not all cats will be successful with this method, it's definitely worth trying if you're tired of dealing with litter box maintenance. Who knows? Maybe your cat will surprise you with their new potty skills. As the world grapples with the COVID-19 pandemic, people have found themselves stuck indoors. While many have taken up the usual activities like binge-watching TV shows or reading books, a new trend has emerged: quarantine hobbies. From baking sourdough bread to painting to learning a new language, people are finding joy in indoor activities that they may not have had time for before. In fact, a recent survey conducted by the Harris Poll found that 72% of Americans have picked up a new hobby since the beginning of the pandemic. One popular hobby that has taken off during quarantine is gardening. With more time spent at home, people are taking advantage of their outdoor spaces and getting their hands dirty. Seed companies have reported record sales, and social media platforms are filled with photos of lush gardens and bountiful harvests. Another popular hobby is cooking and baking. As restaurants closed and people were forced to cook their own meals, many discovered a newfound love for the culinary arts. Quarantine cooking has become so popular that grocery stores have struggled to keep ingredients like flour and yeast in stock. But it's not just traditional hobbies that have seen a surge in interest. People are also turning to unique activities like puzzle making, calligraphy, and even jigsaw puzzling with thousands of pieces. These hobbies offer a sense of accomplishment and satisfaction that can be hard to find during these uncertain times. So why are people turning to hobbies during quarantine? For one, they offer a way to pass the time and distract from the stress and anxiety of the pandemic. They also provide a sense of control and accomplishment at a time when many aspects of life feel out of our control. In addition to the personal benefits, some experts believe that hobbies can also have a positive impact on mental health. Engaging in hobbies has been linked to lower levels of depression, stress, and anxiety, says Dr. Adam Dorsey, a licensed psychologist. It can also improve cognitive functioning and increase feelings of happiness and well-being. Of course, not everyone has the luxury of taking up a new hobby during quarantine. Essential workers, parents with young children, and those facing financial hardship may not have the time or resources to explore new activities. However, for those who are able to do so, quarantine hobbies offer a welcome distraction from the challenges of these unprecedented times. As the world slowly reopens, it's unclear whether the trend of quarantine hobbies will continue. But for now, people are finding joy and solace in the simple pleasures of baking bread, tending to gardens, and mastering new skills. How to find your purpose in life? Do you ever feel like your life lacks direction or purpose? Maybe you're stuck in a job you don't love, or you're unsure of what your passions are. If so, you're not alone. Many people struggle with finding their purpose in life, but the good news is that it's never too late to start searching for it. The first step in finding your purpose is to ask yourself some tough questions. What are you passionate about? What are your core values? What motivates you? These questions can help guide you towards what is truly important to you. It's important to take the time to really reflect on these questions and be honest with yourself. Another key element in finding your purpose is to try new things. This can be anything from taking a class in something you've always been interested in, to volunteering for a cause you care about. By trying new things, you may discover a passion you never knew you had or gain a deeper understanding of what motivates you. Additionally, surrounding yourself with positive influences can be incredibly helpful in finding your purpose. Seek out mentors or friends who share similar values and interests as you. They can offer guidance and support as you navigate your journey towards finding your purpose. It's also important to remember that finding your purpose is a process, not a destination. It's okay to make mistakes or change your mind along the way. Embrace the journey and trust that you will eventually find your way. So, how do you know when you found your purpose? It's often described as a feeling of fulfillment and alignment with your values and passions. It may take time to fully realize your purpose, but once you do, it can bring a sense of peace and satisfaction that is hard to match. Finding your purpose in life is a journey that takes time, reflection, and exploration. By asking tough questions, trying new things, surrounding yourself with positive influences, and embracing the journey, you can discover what truly matters to you and find fulfillment in your life. Remember, it's never too late to start searching for your purpose, so don't give up. The best hangover remedies. What works and what doesn't. There's nothing quite like the morning after a night of heavy drinking. You wake up feeling groggy, dehydrated, and nauseous. The pounding headache doesn't help either. Some people swear by certain hangover remedies, but do any of them actually work? First, let's talk about what causes a hangover in the first place. Alcohol is a diuretic, which means it makes you pee more than usual. This can lead to dehydration, which is one of the main culprits behind that hangover headache. Alcohol also irritates the lining of your stomach, which can cause nausea and vomiting. So, what can you do to alleviate these symptoms? Here are some of the most popular hangover remedies. Drink water. This may seem obvious, but it's important to rehydrate your body after a night of drinking. Aim to drink at least 1 glass of water for every alcoholic beverage you consumed. This will help flush out toxins from your body and minimize the severity of your hangover. Eat a hearty breakfast. While you may not feel like eating, it's important to give your body some fuel. Opt for foods that are easy on your stomach, such as toast, eggs, and bananas. Avoid greasy or spicy foods, as they can exacerbate nausea. Take painkillers. Over-the-counter painkillers such as ibuprofen or aspirin can help alleviate headaches and body aches caused by a hangover. However, be careful not to take too much, as this can damage your liver. Get some rest. Your body needs time to recover after a night of heavy drinking. Try to get at least 8 hours of sleep, and avoid strenuous activities until you're feeling better. While these remedies may provide some relief, there's no magic cure for a hangover. In fact, some remedies can actually make things worse. Here are some things to avoid. Hair of the dog. Drinking more alcohol in the morning may temporarily alleviate your symptoms, but it will ultimately make your hangover worse. Coffee. While caffeine may help you feel more alert, it can also dehydrate you further and exacerbate your headache. Miracle cures. There are countless products on the market that claim to cure hangovers, from pills to patches to 4 drips. However, there's little scientific evidence to support their effectiveness. The best way to cure a hangover is to prevent one in the first place. Drink in moderation, alternate alcoholic drinks with water, and eat a meal before or during drinking. But if you do find yourself nursing a hangover, stick to the tried and true remedies: hydration, food, painkillers, and rest. Your body will thank you. It's no secret that pickles are a popular condiment, often found in sandwiches or as a side to burgers and hot dogs. But did you know that there are actually some surprising health benefits to eating pickles every day? You might be thinking, pickles? Healthy? Yes, indeed. Pickles themselves are low in calories and packed with nutrients like vitamin K and probiotics that contribute to gut health. But it's the fermentation process that really sets pickles apart from other vegetables. During fermentation, healthy bacteria break down the sugars in cucumbers and convert them into lactic acid. This process not only gives pickles their signature tangy flavor but also creates beneficial probiotics that improve digestion and boost immunity. There's more! Research has shown that consuming fermented foods like pickles can help reduce inflammation, a common cause of chronic disease. In fact, one study found that pickle juice can even help alleviate muscle cramps and soreness after exercise. Of course, not all pickles are created equal. It's important to choose pickles that are naturally fermented, without added sugars or preservatives. Look for brands that use simple, natural ingredients and avoid those with added colors or artificial flavors. So how can you incorporate pickles into your daily diet? Try adding them to salads, sandwiches, or snack on them as a low-calorie option. You can even make your own pickles at home using fresh cucumbers and vinegar. Pickles may seem like just another salty snack, but they're actually a nutritious addition to any diet. With their low calorie count, high nutrient content, and gut-boosting probiotics, it's easy to see why pickles are becoming more and more popular among health-conscious individuals. So next time you reach for a pickle, remember all the health benefits it could be providing you. What's the best way to cook a steak? As one of the most popular types of meat in the world, steak is enjoyed by millions of people every day. However, cooking the perfect steak can be a challenge for even the most experienced chefs. With so many different ways to prepare and cook steak, it can be difficult to know where to start. Many people believe that the best way to cook a steak is on the grill. Grilling a steak gives it a delicious charred flavor and crispy exterior while keeping it juicy and tender on the inside. To grill a steak, simply preheat your grill to medium-high heat and lightly oil the grates. Then, place your steak on the grill and cook it for about 4 to 5 minutes per side for medium rare. You can adjust the cooking time based on how you prefer your steak cooked. Another popular method for cooking steak is pan-searing. This technique involves searing the steak in a hot, oiled pan until it develops a brown crust on both sides. To pan-sear a steak, heat a heavy-bottomed skillet over high heat and add a small amount of oil. Then, place the steak in the skillet and let it sear for about 2 to 3 minutes on each side. Finish cooking the steak in the oven at 375 degrees Fahrenheit for another 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how you like it cooked. If you're short on time, broiling is a quick and easy way to cook a steak. Simply preheat your broiler and place the steak on a broiler pan. Broil the steak for about 3 to 4 minutes on each side for medium rare. Be sure to keep an eye on the steak as broiling can quickly burn the outside while leaving the inside undercooked. Sous vide cooking has also become increasingly popular in recent years. This method involves vacuum sealing the steak and cooking it in a temperature-controlled water bath until it reaches the desired internal temperature. Once cooked, sear the steak in a hot skillet to give it a crispy exterior. No matter which cooking method you choose, it's important to remember to let the steak rest for a few minutes before slicing. This allows the juices to redistribute, resulting in a more flavorful and tender steak. There are many ways to cook a steak, but the best method ultimately depends on personal preference. Whether you prefer your steak grilled, pan-seared, broiled, or sous vide, with a little practice and experimentation, you can cook the perfect steak every time. So next time you're craving a delicious steak dinner, try out one of these methods and enjoy. As Americans, we can all agree that pizza is one of our favorite foods. But what exactly makes a great pizza? The answer lies in the toppings. In this article, we'll explore some of the best pizza toppings and try to answer the age-old question, what's the best pizza topping? Let's start with the classic, pepperoni. Pepperoni is the go-to topping for many pizza lovers. It's salty, spicy, and goes perfectly with the tomato sauce and cheese. Plus, it's easy to find at any pizza restaurant or grocery store. But what about those who want to mix things up? For the veggie lovers out there, mushrooms are a delicious addition to any pizza. They're earthy, savory, and pair well with other veggies like onions and bell peppers. Speaking of veggies, have you ever tried broccoli on your pizza? It might sound strange, but hear us out. Broccoli adds a nice crunch to the pizza and is packed with vitamins and nutrients. It's also a great option for those who are looking for a healthier pizza topping. For the meat lovers out there, sausage is a popular choice. It's slightly milder than pepperoni but still packs a ton of flavor. And for those who really want to kick it up a notch, try adding some spicy Italian sausage to your pizza. Now, let's talk about some more unique pizza toppings. Have you ever had a pizza with shrimp on it? It might sound odd, but shrimp is a delicious addition to any seafood lover's pizza. And for those who love a little heat, try adding some jalapenos to your shrimp pizza. Another unexpected pizza topping is barbecue chicken. The sweetness of the barbecue sauce paired with the tanginess of the cheese creates a mouth-watering combination. You can even add some red onions or bacon for an extra burst of flavor. And last but not least, let's talk about dessert pizzas. That's right, dessert pizzas are a thing. If you have a sweet tooth, try a pizza with Nutella and strawberries on top. Or, for a more traditional option, try a pizza with apple slices and cinnamon sugar. So, what's the verdict? What's the best pizza topping? Well, that's up to you. It all depends on your personal taste preferences. But one thing is for sure, pizza toppings are what make each slice unique and delicious. Next time you're at a pizza restaurant or making your own pizza at home, try stepping outside of your comfort zone and trying something new. Who knows, you might just find your new favorite pizza topping. Whether you prefer classic toppings like pepperoni or want to get adventurous with shrimp or broccoli, there's no wrong way to top a pizza. So go ahead and experiment, you might just discover your new go-to pizza topping.